everybody, and welcome back to the next part of what we're doing here, this thing that we're working on. So, you guys had that fun little conversation. Do you even have any RP with each other afterwards? And I imagine it would take place over the course of finishing up dessert later that night, early the next morning, so it could be broken up. But do you guys even really have anything to say to each other, or is it kind of...
You know what? I'm gonna ask Luca and Reich to help me practice with my sword.
Ah,
Because I know which end to hold.
Luca would be happy to help, and he will not try to help you with your sword technique as much as he'll help you try to learn to take advantage of poor sword technique. So when they don't do so well, you can read it, and then like he's trying to like really the quick session of how to be better than your opponent, essentially. He's trying to really like lean into that, seeing that you don't really use your sword at all. He's like, well, no, forget about using that well, just capitalize on their mistakes.
So when they're doing that, like Luca and Reich, without asking Stalbor, and he's like there, he's like,
Oh, that's kind of rude.
Luca,
you know,
Reich's
I've
not
dueled
helping.
before. In fact, I've dueled pirates. It's incredibly appropriate.
How is that appropriate? I don't like what you're implying.
Captains, pirate captains. I meant captains.
Very well. And so she'll take Salbert's advice too.
It's shit advice. Have you ever seen Star Wars swing a sword?
He's good with swords.
Well,
Dice don't
I think the
write
problem more is that because he's an elf, like it's just a lot of like basics and like drilling like old things. Like, no, your footwork is terrible. Like, start there. You can't even hold the sword yet.
Do the quick things that she can do in an evening, and Stalbor's doing things that'll take 5 years.
Yep, exactly. All right. So you guys have this like little bit where you're kind of like practicing sword fighting, whatever. Next day you get up and more or less you go on your way, Kieran, because you still want to speak to Lazria. Now, do you want to like seek her out, send for her? Like, what's your plan for this? And do you bring anybody with you, or do you go alone?
I don't have a good plan for this. I will turn to the other guys and be like, I still don't have a plan for this conversation.
So she's literally about to walk out the door. That's why I see it. The whole time, blah, 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 everybody gets ready the next day. They're all doing their own thing. They all kind of like have their semi-plans or whatever they intend to do for the day. Obviously, you guys can't leave the estate, except for maybe Kieran, because maybe nobody would fuck with her. Who knows? But you guys are definitely can't leave the estate, at least the other three of you. And she's literally walking out the door and turns back. She's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have no idea. So okay, so if I send for her, what, it's like a power thing, but then she's not gonna come, and then I have no real power, so what's the fucking point of that, right? I can go to her, and I'm just gonna yell at her, and that's not gonna get anywhere. So what do I do?
You don't yell at her. You go to her, but you don't yell.
Why do you yell at her?
Because she's mentioned in this list of riddles.
Right, so perhaps use a riddle to try to figure out if she's actually associated.
That sounds terrible.
What does it say exactly?
Lazio stole my conductor, and with it my spark.
Just try and find ways to bring conductor into the sentence.
Yeah, try to inform her that you know something, and maybe she'll talk more than intended.
Attempt to, if simply saying the words do not work, you can attempt to actually speak to her as though you know she knows what it is. Make it seem almost like not maybe make it seem like something you're comfortable talking about. Maybe she'll slip up and think that you're in on some secret thing she had with.
Great, I know exactly what I'm gonna do when I walk out.
Oh god, she's not gonna do any of this.
No.
Should we follow her?
No.
Okay.
and by no, what they mean is invisibility cloaks. Let's go follow her.
We're Harry Potter this shit, dude.
Like, I trust you, Ron, but you're Ron.
It's like that Oots comic.
Listen, all the other Weasleys were born to pureblood mages, and then there's Ron. He's cute. Moving on. All right, so you go to find her how?
I ask around and find out where she is.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Guess where she is. Oh, she's with Jonas. Jonas Wells.
Again, really?
Every day.
Every day.
Yep.
All right. Are they on the estate?
Not the Lyrandar estate. Why would she waste her time in such a shitty estate like that? Ugh. The Lyrandar estate? You realize House Lyrandar only owns 9% of the city.
Saying that I would like to talk to her.
Yeah, no, it would be they're out and about in the city.
Mm-hmm. Which I can't leave the estate.
You think that you're definitely an outlaw. You probably won't get arrested out there, but you legally can be arrested out there.
What wasn't I told not to leave the estate?
Your friends are definitely told not to. When your uncle tells you not to do something, it's usually a suggestion. It's kind of like, it's just how it goes. Right. It's one of those, so like, I'm going to give a rule, and you're going to choose whether or not to follow it anyways. So I'm really just not going to put my foot down on, like, anything ever. So...
Right. Excellent. So I leave the estate.
Okay. So, you go leaving the estate, and it's one of those things is, again, as you're walking around, maybe guards notice that you're who you are and that they need to arrest you. If they do, they don't say anything. But you go asking around for exactly where they are. She's with him, but where are they? Roll for me a investigation roll, please, and thank you.
Oh, I rolled with the bad type. I apologize.
Wow, you Eric'd it.
I did. I know it's like right as I was doing it too.
That's a Wednesday thing too, Eric. Just so you know, on Wednesday we say the same thing.
It's true. It's actually.
I hate you all.
Yeah. All right. So with an investigation of 17, it actually does. It takes you literally less than an hour to find out where they are, and then less than an hour after that to get to them. The whole thing taking about hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, to get to where they are. Where are they? Oh, I mean, clearly, the reason why you guys didn't know to respect him clearly is because his shoulder pads weren't wide enough, and so they're out with the tailor and they're just redoing the whole wardrobe right now. They're like redoing measurements, redoing the wardrobe, whole different color scheme. See, everybody that lives here in Stormreach, they know who he is and to respect him and da-da-da-da. He just thinks that maybe his wardrobe at the moment doesn't play to the mindset of people that are visiting the island.
So now he's wearing lots of red.
You just gave him some deep-seated issues with your last conversation, guys. You just did something really deep to this guy.
Stalbor and I learned how to be sassy at Academy together, okay?
So,
oh god.
So I will just try to catch Lasria's attention and just wave to her, like, hello.
I'm so sorry. Brilliant in chat just said, shoulder pads, is this WoW? Fun fact, the city's name actually is Stormreach. So...
Very different.
I mean, still, human and shoulder pads at Stormreach. I mean, that's really, really good. That was good. Good stuff right there. All right, moving on. So yeah, they're at a tailor that only tailors for people with a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, so I will just try to like get her attention and see if I can get her to come over without him.
So you want to just get her attention. How do you intend to do that? Because you can't cast
Lasria, come over here.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Okay. So
nice.
Lasria, come over here. And so a few people like pick their head up and look across the fact that somebody's like hollering into this establishment that's quieter than a library, and so, oh god, she like looks up. He looks up. Like everybody else's head like kind of juts up and looks over. He like hears the voice and he stands up slowly, and then he turns to regard you. And he's got such a puss face on. He's got like such a puss face on.
I'm so happy right now.
And so like she looks over at you and she's got like RBF, but like a little bit more B on that F. So she like looks over at you like ugh. And then like something clicks in her head, even though he's behind her since they turned around. Something clicks in her head. She's like rolls her eyes hard, and you see it. And as she turns, a smile comes across her face, and she walks over to him. It's like a 2 sultry step over to him and places a hand on like his jawline. He doesn't have a very prominent jaw, but she rests her hand like right on the bone of it, like playing up the fact that it's like clearly like a well cut jaw. And she rests her hand on the jawline, and she like draws his face over from like looking directly at you to looking at him, and his eyes are still on you. And so she like leans, she like has to stand up because she's so short. She has to like really stand up high and pull his head down to like get a kiss from him. And after the kiss goes on for like way too long,
Oh my God.
she then finally pulls him in to like nuzzle against her like chest and starts like whispering to him. And that goes on for like a while, and he starts like laughing, and the whole while she's like scratching the back of his neck a little bit, and it goes on for like, again, it's one of those like PDA is uncomfortable for most people in general. I in real life am so like anti PDA, it's hilarious, but like this would make literally like every voyeur in the world would be like, nope, too much. And then finally, when it's all said and done, he's just kind of like, yeah, okay. And then she goes to turn and walk away, and then she stops. She's like, ooh, and she gestures to something that's like draped over a couch or whatever nearby. And she's like, definitely that one, absolutely.
Oh my God.
And then finally she goes back, gives him one more kiss, and then turns to walk towards you. God, and as she's walking towards you, her face falls more and more from this like super elated look to like this like ugh, and then comes over, and then her going from this like ugh, then looking at you, and it's just like pure dislike, not of the situation but of you.
Me. Okay.
She walks past you and out of the establishment, and then immediately walks like across the street, but like 3 buildings over, and straight into a bar, expecting you to follow after her. Now, Kieran's what? She's not very tall either. She's like 5'2" or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so she keeps up with her, of course. But Kieran doesn't have like Kieran doesn't have like the I own every establishment I walk into walk-in gate to her. She, you know, she's more of a I'm here, fuck you. So when you finally go walking into the bar, you see she's literally finishing a shot and smacking it down onto the bar and picking up the second one and throwing it back as you're making your way over to her. By the time you get to her, she has it upside down, slammed onto the bar, and she's like gesturing, like, hurry up with the third shot. And then, so you walk up to her. Do you say anything?
Yeah, where is mine?
She looks at you, like, takes the third shot, flips it over, smacks it down on the bar, and goes...
And I will order my own.
She's like, what the fuck do you want?
Listen, your name came up in some documents. You're involved in something. I want to know why. You tell me why, and I leave, and you can get on with whatever the hell it is you're doing. You don't, I stay here, I cause you more trouble. How does that sound?
My name is involved in documents. Is that the best you can come up with, Kieran?
Documents belonging to Dane.
And you bring up Dane.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's rich. Because Dane is dead, now you're here for Jonas. That's what it is, right?
No.
That's
God,
what
no,
it is.
please.
That's
no,
absolutely
I
what
don't
it
want
is.
any of that. I don't want any of that.
No, you're like,
all.
you're so
I don't
crystal
wanna be
clear.
here.
I understand it completely. You are,
Oh my God.
you're so fucked up, Kieran.
No,
You're so messed
listen,
in the head.
I have... Do you think about a conductor?
Right outside the window, just
Do you think about a conductor?
A conductor? You
Yeah.
mean like the gnome that runs the train or however it works?
No, I don't know what it is. It's riddles.
Oh God.
Can you just look at it and tell me what it means?
What? Sure.
I'm not
Sure.
trying to fuck with you.
Sure, but
I'm not trying to
before
fuck
I can, you just disgust me. Before I can
That's
even
fine. I
look
don't
at
care.
you, I just, another round. And
One
actually,
more
the bartender brought 3 shots for you because when you walked over
Oh,
and you like pointed at the bar like me too, they brought 3 shots for you. And so when
That's
she
fine.
does it, they bring over 3 more shots for her. And before
yeah.
she even looks at this paper, she does all 3 shots. Do you just like slam yours down, or is there like a gap of time between any of them?
A little bit, not like too much. Like I don't just like back to back. I do one. I talk to her for a second. Like I guess I would do like the first 3 right away, and then like casually take the other 3.
Okay, so as the other 3 are showing up, she's now 6 in. As the other 3 are showing up, she finally grabs the paper and she's like,
I don't give her a paper with like. I would just give the whole fucking paper. Okay.
Lazria has stolen my conductor, and with it my spark.
What does that mean, Lazria? Just talk to me, and I will leave because I don't want to be here with you a second longer than I have to be.
Stolen my conductor, and with it my spark. From Dane?
Lazria, he was murdered.
Yeah, I get that. Can you actually do me a favor? Roll me both a perception and an insight check.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of your skill things apply to this. Which, by the way, Ollie, we still have to do that for my gnome character. Keep forgetting.
Perception and insight. Ooh, nice.
Well, you don't see anything, but one of the things that you do notice off of her, that's right on Eric's head.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you notice her is she's definitely like, she definitely seems like she might know something, and it doesn't seem like she's like, I know exactly what this is, but she definitely seems like she's being more like defensive, like she always is, but like she might actually know what this is referring to. Like she's like clearly trying to play this off more than you would expect her to. But so yeah, she says that, and she's kind of like, twirling a ring on her finger like nervously as she's talking to you. And that's probably the cue that gives it to you. And she's like, yeah, conductor? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Lazria, I would rather slit my own wrists than stay here with Jonas in this political little nest.
And now you bring him up again. Now you bring him up again.
I'm not bringing him up again. You brought him up.
No,
first time.
no, you already came in here. You bring up Dane. You bring up Jonas.
Lazria,
why
Lazria,
are you trying to take my man?
Him.
Why are
Really,
you doing this?
Oh my god.
I am building myself a life here since you wanted to take my life from before.
What life from before? What are you even talking about?
You are so deep-seated into your own world that you don't even see what it is you do to the people around you. You're fucked in the head, Karen. You're fucked in the head. You got lost at sea one too many times.
I've never been lost.
No, I'm sure.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Too many gallons of salt water, Karen. I don't know what you mean, okay?
I know you know something.
I don't know what you mean.
You're doing it. You're being dodgy. Just tell me, and I'll go. I will leave, or I'll stay.
Or
if
what?
You're afraid of me that much, I'll just stay.
You're gonna stay, and what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fucking. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Karen, you have two options. You can leave, or I can whoop your ass like I do every other time.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, it's fair. It's completely fair. I'm better than you.
How is it fair? How is it fair?
I'm better
I can
than
shoot
you.
lightning from my hands. How do you think it's fair that you can poke me with a sword?
You could. So because of the fact that you were born a freak show,
I'm not a freak show.
You were born a freak show, and you think that means that you should be able to use that in a duel? There are rules for a reason, Karen.
Yeah, there are rules. I don't know why there are rules. It's bullshit.
Exactly. And that's why you're walking around and killing random things and not doing what you're doing. And I'm building a life for myself right now. That again, you're trying to steal from me.
And tell me how you were involved.
Karen,
with this.
Karen,
and
leave before I have to whip your ass
happy
again.
Little fucking life yourself. I'm not leaving.
You're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
Do what?
You're gonna make me whip your ass, aren't you?
No. I will beat you this time.
No, I'll whip your ass.
I'd beat the shit out of you right here in this bar, but Uncle would be really mad. So you know what? I'm gonna go get his permission, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get his permission so I can do it without getting in trouble this time. Okay? Because last time it really sucked making you bleed. It really did, and this time I want to enjoy it. Oh, I want to enjoy every drop that you spill. You're making it really difficult to go. And then like the door bursts open and Jonas walks in and he's like half naked and like half like the clothing that's like dragging on the ground behind him is worth so much money. It's like a waste of money. It's arguably more of a waste of money than killing a random minotaur for no reason. You know what I mean? And he's like dragging this behind him. He's like,
Karen will laugh.
Lazria! Where are you, Lazria? Ah, there you are. And she's like,
oh, how could I resist this?
Oh, sweetie, I was just, having a conversation with my dearest cousin here. Oh, would you finish your conversation with that cunt and let's get going? Oh, of course, sweetie. This will happen later. Okay, I'm coming. And then she like grabs your last shot and throws it back, and then goes off with him like, oh, look what you're doing. You're so silly, and like walks out of the room, out of the bar with him. And yeah, that was that.
That could have gone better.
Yeah. So obviously you go back home. Is there anything else that you want to do in the?
No.
So you just
No,
go
not
back?
really. No, let's go back. I'll inform them that it did not go well.
Yep. Okay,
It's
you guys
probably
can
gonna
chat if
be
you'd
better.
like.
I mean, it went as well as we expected. We came here with a plan. You're gonna probably duel her.
Yeah, but that doesn't get me what I want.
I mean, it might. Maybe you'll get her respect if you beat her in a duel.
I don't think so.
Well, you won't know until you beat her in a duel.
Do you think perhaps she's?
I don't even
using
know why
this-
she hates me.
Do you think perhaps she's using this duel as a way to beat you away from the truth? She intends to use this to further obfuscate her intentions. You said that pressing her was causing reaction.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go there more? The worst that could happen is she attacks you anyways.
Goading
but-
her more was about what I intended. And yeah.
So, she goes and has like a conversation with your uncle, which you imagine is like squealy and whiny, and it just annoys the shit out of you. But she has a conversation with the uncle, and of course he calms her and coos and makes sure that she's happy, and so he will he will summon you to speak with him, and he's gonna level with you when you come into the chamber and where he is. He's like, as you come in, he's like, oh hey Karen, can you sit down?
Yep.
I'm busy, so we're gonna have to make this brief. I'm still cleaning up a few messes.
Okay.
Listen, apparently you've pissed off your cousin, and she feels it necessary to duel you. I'm honestly fine with it. I've actually worked out a couple of details here. So listen to me. I'm gonna give you a choice. The house is set behind by a considerable amount of money because of what you guys have done. And the city is owed a considerable amount of money because of what has been done. So we need to at least start trying to make up for the losses here that have happened. So you have two options. You can either choose to battle her in the arena for all to see, and we'll sell tickets to it, and it'll be this big grand thing. Lyrandar versus Lyrandar, feuding cousins, da-da-da-da-da. We'll drum up some story for it. We'll sell tickets to it, and you can battle her in the arena, and you're going to throw the match and lose. Or you can battle her on the ship. You see, next in line for the ship, since Bloodhorn wasn't getting it, the hierarchy for the next... Because Bloodhorn was going to win. The next in line for the ship was her. I can't exactly go changing that paperwork super fast back at the house. Things would take... I can't afford her leaving the city right now. So if you battle her on the ship, I'm going to require you to win, in which case then you're going to have to take the ship and run a few errands for me, because I can't afford to lose her from the city right now, and you're a better captain than she is anyways. So you can either go to the arena, we can pay back the city with the profits from this event, and you can throw the match, or you could battle her on the ship, and you damn well better win, and then you can do a few errands for me and make up for it.
The ship, obviously.
Obviously. Okay. I didn't know if this was going to be an easy answer for you because you have friends, and he kind of like looks at that like it's weird.
Yeah. No, ship's fine.
Very well then. I will have it arranged that the two of you can fight on the ship. That you will be able to.
Can I use magic, or is this gonna be a duel?
Well, no, it's a duel, of course.
Damn it. Fine.
We can't not have this. Kieran, have you not been studying?
I just don't understand why the rules.
How many
allow her
times do I
stab
have
me,
to tell you,
and
Kieran?
for me not to just about lightning at her.
You can't get around the rules until you know what they are.
I know what they are. I just don't care.
Kieran, there's a reason why you're still not a captain again.
I know. Just don't care.
If I allow you to break the rules in an action that can make you a captain again.
Fine, I'll win.
Thank you. This will at least make up for some of the losses of what's been happening. All right. You will be dueling with your cousin tomorrow evening. Just go and do your preparations.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so you go and speak to your friends about what it is that you guys have to duel about. Okay, let me change this over here so you can go talk to them.
I don't think I can actually beat her, is the problem.
You just gotta tell us the situation, Kieran, surely.
I do, I tell them. It's like, guys, I don't know what I'm
you
doing.
do this, Stumble panics for a bit, and then, like, gets an idea.
I have to win now, is the
Well,
problem.
you have to win. And magic is illegal in a duel. What about performance-enhancing drugs?
I feel like that's fine.
If you give me a certain degree of ingredients, I can create a potion that will make you stronger. You won't need technique. All you need to do is to get the blade in her.
All right, well, we can't have you go running off and getting these
No.
things.
I'll give you a list.
Okay, well, give the list to somebody else that I trust. Maybe the guy I played shot put with. That was fun. I liked him.
Absolutely, brilliantly. And then I'm just starting like writing down, and it's just like a morbid, like guts of this thing, eyeballs, juices. It's round about 2 hours.
Very, very witch's brew.
Very witch's brew. So
This is okay, right? Like I turned to Reich and Luca. This is fine, right?
Hey, do me a favor. Make sure you hurt her a little bit. She was very smug.
All right.
There you go. Okay, so Kieran is going to go and speak with the guard that you had played shot put with. Whatever it's called with. And you guys never went on your date.
Oh, that was a date?
Yeah, well, he invited you out for drinks. And so so you go
we'll do that.
you meet up with him, and so you're more or less like, hey, let's go for drinks. You're supposed to do that. And he's like, shouldn't you like not be leaving the compound? And you're like, pfft. And he's like, all right.
I've already left multiple times.
And so she doesn't realize I'm rolling a D100 every time she does. So anyways, the you guys go out and you're having fun out in the having drinks or whatever it is. It actually legitimately is a good time. Do me a favor, roll me, because he's being flirty with you and you guys are drinking anyways, roll me a persuasion check with advantage to convince him to get you the ingredients you need.
Scott, this is an important question. What is this man's name?
Did I tell you it before? I don't think I did.
No.
I don't think you did, no.
Okay, then his name's William.
William?
Yep.
Okay.
So William goes and gets you these ingredients, no problem. He's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll get that stuff for you. He's like, some of the stuff's a little weird. Do you mind if I ask what it's for?
Oh, the elf.
Makes sense. And doesn't ask any questions beyond that. I mean, it's literally, you got a 23. They leave you alone. And so he goes out and over the course like the next day or whatever, he goes and procures the best that he can of what Stalbor wanted, and he does get it for him. But it's like not all the ingredients are ideal. Some of the ingredients lead to like what's what is it looking for here? Some of the ingredients like older or stale or whatever the case may be.
It'll be fine.
Are you sure? I don't want this to make me sick.
I'll be doing this in Luca's room too. I'll be brewing the potion, and I was like, oh, you will be violently ill, but you'll be violently ill 16 hours after you ingest, so you'll be fine for the duel.
Are you sure?
Have I ever led you wrong before, Kieran?
She doesn't answer.
So I just like brew this potion using like all the offal and whatnot, and it's just like it actually ends up glowing, and it's a murky red thing. There's just lumps of flesh going in. It's like, make sure you swallow that bit whole. It's all infused in magic. You probably want to do it I mean, how long is it going to last? It's only going to last about an hour. So you're going to want to have it on your person and drink it just before the duel.
What is this?
Can I tell her?
With a 20 Arcana check, she can get the basic understanding of what it is. Yeah.
It's a potion and increases your strength score.
By.
Oh, okay.
By it
Oh, you
increases
don't have
it
to. You don't have
20.
to. You don't have to tell
Increases
her.
it to 21.
But you're gonna tell her obviously when she drinks the potion. It increases it what?
Oh. It increases it to 21.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what Kieran's strength
Oh.
score is right now.
A lot
But
lower.
But my bet was just give her like a +6 to the attacks. It'll work in the end, right? Or +5.
What does Kieran have for a weapon?
I have a rapier.
Well, that's not gonna affect it,
No,
right?
no,
Rapiers
no,
are
you
dex.
No,
can
I can
choose
use both.
dex
I
or
can
strength.
try
Finesse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She usually
So
uses
she
a
could
plus
just
3
jab.
dex. Yeah.
She can just jab.
Yep.
That was my plan.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I create this, and I will write.
Right.
I'll write on it in Elvish, so of course only Kieran sees it. It's named Kieran's Victory.
Cute.
Nice. Fun fact, when you drink it, you're expecting the worst. It actually just tastes like slightly spoiled raspberries.
I'm assuming
Oh,
she's not
that's
going
weird.
to drink it now. It lasts an hour.
When she drinks it, I mean.
Yeah.
It surprisingly just tastes like slightly spoiled raspberries.
A lot of those ingredients were for taste.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. So,
Oh, okay.
it's like one of those things where like, wait, how is it that if you take, what is it, a Coors Light, so is it, what is it, if you take like 16 ounces of Coors Light, 1 ounce of Bacardi, and 1 ounce of Amaretto, and you drop it in there and chug it, how does that taste like Mr. Pibb? How? It does. I don't know how, but it does. So there you go. That's one of those scenarios. You're just like, you take it all at once, don't ask questions, and you're not that upset by it. All right. So anyways, the time passes. Do you do anything of significance, or are we just gonna flash forward?
We can just fast forward.
Cool.
I think that's it. I think that's the main thing. Making some drugs.
Absolutely. And
And it's
so,
okay because I called it a potion.